what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up to RPM, maybe around 1500 RPM, and we're going to check our speed and see what kind of speed that we're having. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring the dinghy up and tie it up to the swim platform and see how much speed we increase to see how much drag that dinghy puts on our boat. So, how's it going, everybody? And if you want to know what I did to this dinghy to get it up and going and give it a new paint job and make sure that it fits on my boat, especially on the swim platform when me installing some dinghy davits on it, check out the Jeep Man King channel, because man, I've got a lot of boating projects on there and we've got some upcoming trips. You know, there's nothing like being on the lake when you get out here away from everybody and you throw down some big old fat pork chops on a Blackstone grill. Nothing is better than that. Some people cook on their back porch on the grill. I do it on a big old lake. You guys have never tried sweet potatoes and onions sauteed together with some nice butter and of course some olive oil? Let me tell you, it is really, really good. It's the onions give it a little bit of a sweet taste, and it is very filling, that's for sure. My wife kind of came up with this idea, and let me tell you, it is well worth it. Hey guys, before this Blackstone, we had a nice little grill. It was a Magma grill, and as you guys are well aware of, anytime you're cooking, especially hamburgers or something greasy, like some good old tenderloin, you get flame up all the time, and it was so aggravating. So I took off the Magma grill and thought I'd try a Blackstone. And let me tell you, I am so happy that we switched over to the Blackstone for the boat. I've actually got a video how I built this platform for this. And if you want to go to my channel, check that out. It may give you some ideas on doing something like that on your boat or your RV or whatever the case might be. But I do breakfast on this, bacon, I do eggs. You can do any type of meal on this versus the Magma grill that basically just for grilling only. With this griddle top, man, has it made it easy to cook while we're on the lake enjoying this. It is well worth it. Okay, so I did the single tie on the bow eye right there in the middle, and when I did, it wants to just fishtail back and forth. So then I just made up a little makeshift bridle to go from the cleat to cleat, and it now keeps it centered. So now what I'll do is I'll get some reel line that's going to be used for a tow rope, and we'll do away with this here and make a bridle, and it'll be one long tow rope. Now what I may do is put a cleat right here in the middle, back here on the stern. It's going to be about right there, and then that way I'll just tie onto that instead of going from my port starboard rear stern cleats, and I'll just have one main cleat located right here, and then that'll go ahead and tie up to the dinghy. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up to RPM, maybe around 1500 RPM, and we're going to check our speed and see what kind of speed that we're having. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring the dinghy up and tie it up to the swim platform and see how much speed we increase to see how much drag that dinghy puts on our boat. So we'll run it like this, and we'll be back here in a second to tell you what the speed is. All right, so we're doing 1400 RPM, and that is reading 7.5 miles an hour. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring this boat to a stop, go back, put the dinghy on the dinghy davits, lift it out of the water, and see what our speed, what kind of increase we have on our speed. We'll put it in gear, run the same RPMs, and see how much speed that we picked up. All right, guys. So Veronica, she's at the helm, and we're maintaining the 1400 RPM on both engines now, and we do have the dinghy in the upright position. And guys, I'm really surprised. It's only changed it from 7.5 miles per hour at 1400 RPMs with the dinghy in the water. And now with the dinghy up on the dinghy davits and out of the water, we've only increased 1/10 of a mile per hour. So now we're reading 7.6 miles per hour. So it's that surprises me. I thought there was going to be a lot bigger drag on the boat with the dinghy in the water, but it's basically not noticeable. What that means is on being fuel conservative, by having the dinghy in the water, we're only looking at 1/10 of a mile per hour slower as if we're dragged. So that's pretty impressive. I like that with that little dinghy that I have. So anyhow, guys, listen, this is going to wrap up a little video today on the true finished build on the dinghy. And I do got to work on my lines now since I know where it's sitting, and I'm going to get some new lines, and probably going to put it in a cleat here. And then also the tow line is going to be a little bit better as well. So, and also make a bridle for the front of that. That way it won't fishtail going back and forth. It'll stay nice and true behind the boat. Alright, we'll go ahead and put it there. Yeah, so we got anchored out here in this nice little cove. Zoom out here so you can see a little bit. We're sitting about 13 feet of water. And it is going to be nice and quiet here tonight. So, Veronica, she's in there taking a little nap. And we're going to be dropping the dinghy down. Be going over the shore. Going to be making us a little campfire for the night. And that'll be a nice little something different to do with a little dinghy. So, looking forward to that. So. On a lake, and you've got all this to yourself. Sure just beat a campground with a bunch of campers all next to you. And then on top of that, gonna have that for dinner. Fantastic. We are blessed. Alright, so we're day 2 out on Kentucky Lake, and I've got some lunch going on. Got some chicken thighs on the old Blackstone cooking up. And I do have my Predator 3500. You can hear it running in the background. I've got it charging up my house battery. We ran the fridge off the house battery last night, and then started the generator up just to go ahead and recharge that 100%. But I can't wait to put a couple of solar panels on this, and then that way, even throughout the day, it'll be charged up my house battery. And so far the dinghy's done really well. We took a little cruise. Actually got to scrub down the water line on the boat with this, and that was really nice. Went ahead and took the motor off. We're going to be leaving here shortly. Put the motor up on the fly bridge, and it's so easy to do. It's so light. Just grab it with one hand, walk right up, put it where it needs to be, put the paddles up. But I do want to make a couple upgrades. I do want to get some oars that's got the oar pivots that actually will go into each side. Then that way, in case you need the oars, one person can row this really simple. Or hey, if you want to go out for some exercise, you can do a little rowing. So, got a few more things to do, and we'll finish up on the bridle. We'll get that all situated and done. And that way, in case we need to tow it we can do it, and it'll go straight as an arrow behind the boat. So guys, listen, this is part of it. This is what you got to do when you buy a boat. It does require some work, and you know what, it's just part of it. So and a lot of times too, you don't know what to do until you get out and actually start using things, and then you go, you know what, I think that'll be better if I do this or that. So anyhow guys, hope you enjoyed this short little video. And our plan is, we was planning on doing the Nashville trip this spring, but man, we was so busy, and the weather just, once we got around time to it, the weather was not cooperative, so we had to pass. So we are hoping that here in about a month or so that we're going to make that trip. So hopefully I'm not setting you guys up for another false hope, but my plan is we are going to do it. So we just hope for the weather, and hopefully we're going to do that in about 3 weeks. So guys, thanks again for watching, and God bless you all, and we'll see you next time on the G Banking Channel.